Are you wasting your time or are you flowing with the cycles of the universe? Welcome to the reading for the Tz'ikin, the Secuatli trecena, the 13-day count of the eagle, the one eagle. In the sacred count of the native people of Guatemala, the only reliable count for the sacred Cholquij or the Mayan calendar, today is a one eagle day. So we are beginning a wave of 13 days that are governed by the energy of the eagle. And each week I come here and record a video on the same day where I give a reading, I give some inspiration about the energy of these 13 days, and I give some advice about it. So welcome to this advice and to this reading. Now, what is the eagle? What does it mean? The eagle is the sign of a vision and of dreaming, of being able to see far, of planning. And it's strongly related with our mind, and it's a very important sign that connects the human energy with the mammalian brain, with the reptilian brain, and upwards towards divine consciousness or consciousness itself. So it's the sign of vertical consciousness, which is this, if you want to imagine it, this energy of the person meditating, the Buddha that is sitting, is very quiet, where we are not subject to the waves of good and bad or sad and happy. We're kind of above that water, right? So it's a very good thing. And the mind is very much like that. The mind is always kind of above the water, though we know that we cannot detach the heart and the reptilian part. And so we do have to process mentally what happens with our feelings and with our mammalian part. And that's where sometimes we get in trouble, because we can fall into an emotional state where we're not really connecting to a solution. We're not connecting to a vision that will solve the issue. We're not connecting to whatever it is that is going to bring about the definite healing of the problem. So let's say we have depression, or we have anxiety, or we have different situations, and we're just repeating that. We're seeking out for advice. We're seeking out healing. We're doing things to heal. They are helping. But at the same time, we find ourselves in this cycle where it just repeats and doesn't go away. That's because the issue is not being solved. And the eagle is an energy that is going to greatly help us with that. So we have to understand the nature of the eagle. And if you want to understand the signs thoroughly, I invite you to the Maya Cosmology course on the website, where we take about 40 some hours to go through everything there is to know about this, or as much as we can on a course. So with that being said, today we are invited to connect with something that I like to call entelechy, a word that is a very nice word, entelechy. Now, entelechy, as I understand it, and I didn't go to the dictionary to check what it means exactly right now, but I have an understanding of, or the way I use it, is the capacity an individual and a species has or must have to fulfill its duty, its cycle, its biological part in the great circle of life. So each species is able to solve any problem they might have. They have, even if there are environmental changes, a species, an animal, will be able to somehow sort it out and fulfill their lives, reproduce, eat, find shelter, find food, find anything and everything they need. Yeah, some individuals might fail, but as a species, they don't. They generally don't. Of course, sometimes some species go extinct, but then we've seen that even not really, and they come back from extinction because they have a powerful entelechy. They have that capacity to adapt and to find the way. Now, we humans have that too, though that's one of the things that has been taken from us. And excuse the construction noise. We have been sequestered, we have been kidnapped by a system and a vision and a world that has made us a cancer, that has made us this individuals that are unable to fulfill their entelechy. So that's why we might be suffering a lot of the symptoms. And even if we are very free mentally, even if we have advanced quite a lot in the path of knowledge and of freedom, if we're not falling for so many of the traps out there, the scandemic and so many other things, then we might still be suffering some things like anxiety. And what does anxiety tell you? Anxiety is telling you that there's something that you're not in the place you need to be. That's simply what it is. And this is going to be a hard thing to hear, but simply put, the place that nobody is really meant to be is here, captured by a screen, captured by a city, sitting hours in traffic, making lines, having to deal hours and hours and hours with software. That's not living your life plentifully. That's not having the dream of being on this planet. So we are living beings. We are beings that live on this planet. And then there's a whole bunch of dreams, a whole bunch of visions, a whole bunch of things that we would have that we don't have because we're not living that life in the planet. We're not in the planet. So we can't even imagine the things that would satisfy us, that would bring us that satisfaction, that would then take that anxiety away. So we need to bring back our entelechy, and these 13 days are the invitation to do that, to bring back the vision and the mission where you can see clearly for your path, where am I and how can I get to a place, or how can I get a vision? Have you been there? Please let me know. Please let me know in the comments. Have you had that vision where you have a mission, where the Spirit has given you a mission? And for this, we need to talk about how we've been going through the trecenas. So we were in the in the wind trecena. And that trecena should have brought us the Spirit. So we were supposed to find our sacred spirit, or the sacred spirit, or the one Spirit. We were supposed to live through a purification, because before that we went through the water trecena. So that one purified us. In that one we offered things, we sacrificed things. In the wind trecena we found our spirit, we found something that inspired us. And now, today, in the Cuahtli trecena, in the eagle trecena, we're supposed to elaborate that vision. We're supposed to make that plan. So that's the invitation for this 13 days. Make a plan, get a vision, and if you haven't had that vision, you need to at least have the plan to have that vision. You need to go out on a vision quest. And that's a big thing, because you cannot fit a vision quest into a tight schedule. A vision quest is supposed to break you free from things that tie you. So you can't ever have a vision. You can't go on a vision quest trip with a tight with a determined schedule. I need to come back for work, kind of thing. That's never gonna work. Okay. If you want to have a vision quest, you need to break free from everything that is tying you. Okay. And once you have that vision, then that vision itself is going to bring you the steps and the path and the things that you need to do so that you can accomplish your mission, because you're going to have that vision. You're going to have that mission vision come to you. You're going to have it. So a lot of things can happen these 13 days. My prediction is that if you haven't had that vision, if you're not willing to allow to break free from everything that is keeping you down and not allowing you to grow, right? If you're not willing, you just need to be willing. The process will happen once you make the decision to be willing. So if you're not willing to break free, then you're going to be in the same place, and a lot of work is going to come up to you. That's my prediction. You're going to see a lot of work. You might even be happy because, oh, I got work. I got some more work coming. Okay, work and work and work. Or family things. You might be well distracted by the apparent life. But you're not going to be fully satisfied, and you're not going to be fully healed from anything. So if we want to heal, then like really heal, we need to allow that vision to come. And if you're there already, then these 13 days will set a path for you, and you will be able to see which things will happen. They're going to accommodate themselves naturally so that you can flow and you can accomplish that vision, because the eagle is an energy that likes to accomplish things. This makes me want to talk about the male and female energies, where it's supposed to be a very male thing to want to accomplish things, where the female naturally gives birth, gives life, so she doesn't have this necessity to be someone in life and to accomplish great things in life, right? But we're all masculine and feminine, and there's this other vision of this eagle woman that is bringing a great harvest, and she's presenting this harvest to her son that is meditating underwater. So the son is like meditating. He is really, really in a state that is going to allow him to see clearly what the things are. So the woman knows this. The eagle woman knows this. And she knows that she must bring a real harvest, not something that is for the moment and for the time being, but something that is transcendent. Something that's going to leave a legacy, something that is going to see for the next 7 generations. Let's keep in mind, let's remind you that all Native people have always had that a very clear thing where you need to see for the next 7 generations. Everything you do needs to be from the perspective, from the focus of what is this going to bring for this next 7 generations? You might be very happy at what you're bringing right now to your life, to someone. You might be having fun. You might be having a lot of love, and you might be harvesting things. But is your harvest going to last? Is going to feed the next 7 generations? Are you seeing that far ahead? So that's what the eagle invites us to do. And if we're not doing that, if what we're doing doesn't have that in sight, then we're just kind of blind. We are still caught by this system that wants us there, wants us not to be eagles. It wants us to be pawns and weak and unable to bring back a balance to this earth. Because if you do have that vision, it should be around there. It should kind of tell you, the spirit should tell you that we can make it. We can bring back balance to Mother Earth. We can create a humanity that is past all the problems and all this narrative of the transplanetary species and whatever things they are imagining and creating for the ponds and the sheep to go into. You can choose today to not be that. And then if you do choose that, if you have that willingness, you make that decision, then the vision will come and the mission will come and the ways to do it will come. And hey, here is an invitation for that. That's why we have created the Circle of Medicine, which is a series of courses and teachings and healings and journeys where we come together and we talk about all of these things and we give all the teachings that are necessary for this, and where we reprogram ourselves based on the ways of the native people, but including everybody else, where everybody else can be part of that. It's the rainbow tribe vision. It's the prophecy of the eagle and the condor. We're following that prophecy. We have a plan. We have a vision. And you're dearly invited to become an eagle warrior if you choose to do that. Be it that you choose to do it with us or get some inspiration from us, or that you find your way somewhere else, it's still going to be the same vision, the same mission. We still have to bring back balance to Mother Earth. And that is the big vision I will be insisting on in almost every video and almost everything I say, because I'm not here to trick you into the same old buy shit stuff and just follow me crap. I'm here to really, really put the vision out there and invite you to find it. And with that, I hope that you do. And I hope that many blessings come to you these 13 days. Please be in contact.